Dust Storm, Part 2, by Glenn P. Klinger III, narrated by Glenn P. Klinger III. As always, thanks to my wife for supporting my efforts. Special thanks to my brother Matt. We talked about this story, and he provided great ideas that made this story really come to life. Proverbs 3:6, Chapter 1. In a small town in Pennsylvania, a young Joe Galloway, with the weight of the world on his shoulders, trudged through the snow-covered streets toward his home. Just 16 years of age, the young man had been working for the past 3 years. It was extremely cold outside, and the bone-chilling cold made his feet like blocks of ice. He stopped and checked the bottom of his left boot that had a hole in the sole. For the past month, Joe had been taking cardboard and putting it inside the shoe to keep out the cold. He was happy he got paid today and planned to pick up the new pair of boots the next day that he had been looking at in a local store. The Galloway household stood in the distance, with its windows glowing faintly against the darkness. But the warmth within gave the world no indication of the storm that raging inside. Joe paused, his breath forming a mist in the frosty air, as he caught sight of his father's silhouette in the distance through the window pane. He navigated the snow-covered front steps, and when he got near the back door, he could hear his father's voice booming with anger. Inside the living room was the usual domestic battleground. Joe's mother, usually a figure of quiet strength, stood with bowed head, weathering the verbal onslaught of his father's tirade. His mother was slight with short dark hair. The constant stress in the home had aged her over the past year. She sacrificed so much for the children, and while the children had nice clothes, his mother usually wore older clothes as a sacrifice. His father, the bully, dressed in a t-shirt and dress slacks, was raised in a wealthy family that had lost all the family money in the stock market crash. He was short and dumpy, with only a ring of hair lining his head just above his ears. Despite that, he somehow thought he was better than everyone, and that attitude was not lost on his loyal wife. He stood with his chest puffed out and nose to nose with his terrified wife. "I work my ass off, and you spend money on crap." His father's voice thundered, cutting through the tense silence. "I have to buy things for the house," his mother countered, her voice trembling with restrained emotion. But her words only fueled the flames of his father's fury. "Shut up, now I have to find a way to pay the electric bill," he roared, as Joe slowly walked into the room, and his eyes darted to his brother Ted, who sat unmoved, a silent spectator to the chaos unfolding before him with little concern. Ted was a senior in high.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?